right, Sports Talker Nation. Once again, it is your host, the G-Man, and I am back as we continue our team-by-team NFL review for 2015. Today, we're going to talk about the Oakland Raiders, and I will go on record immediately as saying I am very bullish on them. I think they uncovered a lot there. The definition of the record doesn't always tell you how well that team played this year. I'm also sentimentally attached to the Raiders. I'm one of those guys who remembers when the Raiders were a real franchise. And they were the bad boys of the NFL, and they were just so much fun. So I always want them to do well, but I actually think now, in addition to my wanting it to happen, I think they have the chance to happen. So let's talk about what went right, what went wrong, and how they look for the future moving forward. So what went right for the Raiders? Offensively, the most important thing in the NFL, they found themselves a quarterback. I think that Carr doesn't have the biggest arm in the world, but if you watch him, he manages a game. He knows who to throw to, when to throw to them. He manages to walk down the field with the ball as opposed to just always taking the check down. He still makes some dumb mistakes. He's still a kid, but he's the real deal, and I think he's going to be moving forward. What else went right offensively? Their wide receivers were just excellent. Crabtree had just an amazing bounce back. I know he was playing for a contract, and who knows if he'll be back, but he did a wonderful job. I think that also helped to take pressure off of Amari Cooper. He was better than advertised. He was big, he was strong, he was fast, got downfield. He played tremendous football. I loved him. Latavius Murray was okay. Their offensive line was also okay. So from an offensive perspective, there's a lot to like moving forward. They need some tight end help. Everybody can always use a little extra offensive line help. But offensively, a lot went right. Defensively, more went right than you think, including the number one draft pick a couple years ago should have been Khalil Mack. It was Jadeveon Clowney, which everyone wanted. The Raiders said from the beginning, Khalil Mack's the guy, and he's the real deal. I mean, he just takes over games. I won't throw the Lawrence Taylor label on him that a lot of people want to throw on him because I think that's unfair to pretty much anybody, but he can really play. He has the chance to be a disruptive force, and he moved from inside linebacker to outside linebacker. He played the pass. He would drop back in coverage, although why would you ever have him drop back in coverage? But he is the real deal. I think that moving forward, he's going to be a perennial All-Pro, and I think Khalil Mack lights it up defensively. What went wrong? Unfortunately, a lot of that was on the defensive end as well, specifically the defensive backs. It's a common theme in the NFL. It's hard to find D-backs, especially to stay with receivers nowadays. But the Raiders need help with that. They also need some interior line help. They got old pretty quickly. Guys retired. But they need somebody to help take a little bit of pressure off Khalil Mack. They also need to fill that tight end position. They have some young guys that they're happy about. And I wouldn't mind getting another tackle on them as well. So there are still some obvious needs, and they're not ready to turn the corner just yet. But moving forward, once again, they're in the top 15. It's a good draft for both offensive line and for corners, two areas that they need drastically. Maybe a guy like Jalen Ramsey, who isn't as high on my board as he is on other people's, falls to them. If not, one of the guys who I like more than that, like an Eli Apple, they can wind up taking him early. Can make a big difference. I think they can turn it around pretty quickly. So, as I mentioned, I'm extremely bullish on the Raiders. I enjoy them as a team. They also play an exciting brand of football. They throw it a lot. They score a lot of points, and they're not afraid to make mistakes. I was never a huge Del Rio fan, but I think he did a very good job with them and kind of let them grow into their own, which is not always easy to do as a coach where, every game where you win or lose could mean the end of your job. So I think that the Raiders have a chance. I think they're better than their record indicated. I think they do play in a difficult division and a difficult conference in the AFC. So maybe next year the numbers don't show it either, but I think they could get to 500 or better, and the league will be better for it. And that's it for the 2015 Raiders review. I am the G-Man, and I am out.